Hello, everyone. I've just been sitting here giggling through the entire intro because every time I ever see the word mahogany, all I can ever think about is just Effie yelling about it in the Hunger Games. Um, I want to see if this works. It worked. It works. I spent all day yesterday playing with the new Streamer Bot application on my PC, and I got it set up so it listens to chat commands, and if you type exclamation head pats, it will trigger the thing in VTube Studio, and it actually worked. So now SoCar will be bugging me to have that at some point. Here, let's listen to some train music. There's so many things we can do with that. Although, supposedly, I have new subscriber notifications working again. I don't have any way to really test that it works because like I can trigger a test within this program, but it doesn't even populate the variables. So like here, this is what it would look like when I trigger the test. And it, oh, for some reason it inserted my name. But before it was just inserting percent user, like not even filling in the variable. It was like, okay, that's weird. Not super useful to test with. Interesting. So if I'm live and trigger a test, it inserts my information into the variables. Cool. So I got two things working: head pats and subscriber notification. Yeah. And so I loaded this game up, and these are not at all the graphics that I was expecting this game to have when I loaded it. And it looks pretty cool. Oh, I probably should have done this before stream. Nationality. Oh my gosh, it's actually like every fucking country. Antarctica. We're gonna be from Antarctica. What are these stock photos that look like they're from an HR website? Purple and black. Company name. We'll come back to that. Kind of cool. Starting location. Let's go to Hamburg. Your options. Oh my gosh, this is too much to look at. I'm just gonna pretend I know what the hell all of that is. Well, default's fine. We've never played before. We'll need a company name though. There we go.
Welcome to Train Life and Europe, engineer. As you near your graduation of the engineer's exam, we commend you on your dream of starting your own railway
Graduation.
transportation business. Before you graduate, we just need one final example of what you know, and some time behind the throttle won't hurt. After all, as an aspiring employer, it's best to be a shining example for your future employees. We've set up this short course in Germany for you to refresh your skills and show us what you've learned. Start by familiarizing yourself with the locomotive's controls. Then follow the instructions through the next few scenarios, and you'll be off on your own in no time at all.
This
Take
looks
your
like
time,
a lot of
but
controls.
try not to derail the train. Management will have my head if a fresh graduate wrecks our training locomotive. Let's start off by taking a look around.
It's so pretty.
Zooming in and out can give you a better view of the world and your surroundings. Your headlights are an important tool for seeing in the dark or in bad weather.
Did that actually turn them on? Like it's not dark, so I can't. Oh, it cycles between low
Release
and
your
high.
emergency
Okay.
brakes and we can get moving. We're going to start off with a nice, slow pace. Just remember to always increase that throttle carefully.
So it's not even a hold R2. You just press R2 and it increases to that speed.
Railways and wheels have very little friction, allowing you to coast along without wasting fuel. Now, slow down, so we can try to do this in reverse.
Interesting. Man, they really went hyper realistic on the train control. Reese brakes.
Toggle your reverser. This will allow us to change the locomotive's direction of movement.
It's like being in space, where it's like once you have speed, you don't need to keep using your engines. I didn't realize they did the same thing with trains.
Increase your throttle again like before. You'll be moving in reverse this time.
I know what game Sokar is going to be addicted to next. Oh, we're changing tracks.
Your emergency brakes are a necessary step for dealing with dangerous or unforeseen circumstances on the rails. Just be careful, as using the emergency brakes will wear out your locomotive the more they're used, and a worn-out train will have a worse time accelerating and braking. Let's drive forward again. You always have the freedom to take whichever track you want. Try switching the direction and then drive through the switch.
Lower left corner. Okay, so we're gonna go right. Okay. Interesting. Do they actually use blue lights though? I feel like in all the time I've ever seen trains, I've never seen a blue signal light. What the hell is the blue mean?
You can always use these switches in forward or reverse, provided another train is not currently occupying the switch.
European standard? I don't know. What did I just do? I hit the wrong button. Now I'm just like all curious, like, because they haven't explained the signals at all yet in this tutorial. I'm assuming they're going to tell me what the lights mean at some point.
It's time to switch to the cab and get acquainted with the physical controls. Take your time and don't feel rushed.
Don't feel rushed. That's the worst thing to be. Earth. Communicate with station. Change cabin lights. Wipers. Camera. Cap. What does that do? That just changed. So that just takes you to the outside. It doesn't actually cycle anything.
If things get too dark in the cab, don't be afraid to brighten things up a bit.
Cabin lights. Is there a horn button, or do I actually have to come in here and push the horn button? Oh boy. I don't know that I will be using the manual buttons. This is kind of tedious. Use the throttle. Where is the over here? Power. Which one is throttle? This says power. Is that what they mean? I think that's what they meant. Direction switch. Where is that? Decoupling view. Incline alert. What is a dead man's button? Toggle doors. Can't open doors. Train must be inside boarding area. Fine. I am pressing everything. I just don't know where the button is that I'm supposed to press. I mean, it looks like this button. Tablet map. Oh, there's buttons up here. Cabin lights, headlights, wipers. Switch track. Okay. Oh, if I had zoomed in on that screen, I probably could have determined that a little faster. Headlights are over here.
You're ready to end the tutorial, or you can
Am I?
stay and drive some more. If you decide to stay, use the escape menu to go to the next tutorial whenever you're ready.
But you still didn't tell me what the colored lights mean. Leah, I did not account for different capitalizations. It
This
has to be
locomotive is a bit
lowercase.
busted, but still drivable.
It
We're going to
only
have to carefully
matches
get it
the
to a
very
service centre
exact
and get it
text
fixed
of
up, as well as
exclamation
refueled.
head pass in all
On our way there,
lowercase.
we'll cover the basics of railway rules.
You can do a Kiki side view. I will probably mess around with that more later to make it so like you don't have to have the S on the end and the capitalization doesn't matter, but I didn't even know if it was gonna work or not, so I just left it like that.
Take a careful look at the speed signs and signals here. These will help inform you about what speeds you can expect to be limited to, as well as what speeds to expect in future signal blocks.
Interesting. Blinking yellow. Is he gonna talk to me when I get closer to it? So, blinking yellow means the speed will reduce soon. I feel like most games have instant stopping for trains, like it's just more convenient for them to do it that way. Incline. So the speed limit will go down to 20 in the future.
Inclines and declines are an important factor to think about when driving a locomotive. Increase the throttle and pick up more speed to handle inclines, but always be prepared to scale the throttle back and increase the brakes if there's a decline soon after.
What do you do in this game? I'm honestly not sure. Like, they give you the impression that you're running your own train company. Apparently, you drive the trains too, but, like, I just kind of went into this game blind. I had no idea what it was going to be. So we're still in the tutorial learning what we're supposed to be doing. Decline in 350. What does flashing green? The speed limit is going to increase. Oh wait, the speed limit's only 20. We're flying.
Your locomotive is already looking a bit worse.
We're speeding already.
Let's use the regular brakes to slow down before these next signals, just to be safe.
Already breaking laws. Approaching train has been spotted. Are we gonna crash? I have 100,000 euros. Oh. They're kind of on the same track as me. I guess I should have been paying attention. First, and let's go backward a little bit. Blocking signals. Did it? But I'm confused. Oh, is it the little 3 yellow dots down at the bottom?
Take careful note of the blocking signal lights and what they signify. Blocking signals update any time a train enters or leaves a block, so keep a close eye on these while you drive.
I'm confused, because these lights are blue and yellow, but if I continued to the next signal, like, why would I go to the next signal? I wouldn't be able to do anything there. Why would it not tell me to stop here? I can't get fired on my first day. Yeah, you need to swap lanes, but I was just confused because the red blocking signals weren't until here. But it's like if I waited until those signals to stop,
these will be the lifeblood of our journey.
it would be too late to
We combine
use
new locomotives,
the switching track
parts,
thing.
or
So it's
customize
like,
our locomotives and transportation mode here.
or the service center. Enter the service center? Am I supposed to be going a little further ahead? Do I have to stop in the green section at the end? Steendorf. Okay. Now how do I enter? Oh. Train must be fully stopped. Oh, I didn't put my emergency brake on. It doesn't like that
Always make sure
I
your
didn't have my
locomotive is
emergency
topped up
brake.
with fuel and repaired to prevent catastrophic issues.
Fix 10%, fix all. 24,000 euros to fix the train completely? Why am I driving around in such a damaged train?
Let's reverse our locomotive with the service center's roundtable and head back out.
Look at these fancy trains you can buy. What's the most expensive train? This? $1,050,000? Upgrades. I can buy a bottle for €1. Or I can get a conductor's hat. Really? 25,000 euros for a conductor's hat? Wow, they really rip you off on the uniforms. Bobble dog. We will get the bobble dog eventually. A piece of pizza. It's very expensive pizza. The gray bobble dog. I want the gray one. The waving cat. Trix would want that. Elvis duck.
There's a locomotive ahead occupying one of the blocks. That said, the other block is free.
Part of the Dev Sherman? I'm guessing so, given that this is highly based in Germany and Poland. Will increase to 30. Oh, that's a sign saying that there's a switch ahead. So it looks like they're on the right track ahead. So I need to go. That's what it's confused for. I'm guessing it's passenger trains. Um, like the cover art for the game looked like a passenger train. I was under the impression the game was about being like a conductor and ticket taker and dealing with passengers. I was not expecting a full train driving tutorial here.
Oh, another locomotive is up ahead. Take care to avoid it. If you make a mistake, remember to use your emergency brakes.
All right. So the other train is on the right track again, so I can just keep going in the same spot. I don't think this is an electric train. Like, it doesn't have a rod sticking out to actually connect to these wires above it. And we just refilled with fuel at the service center. Usually these wires are just above tracks when you're like within cities or all of the trains that can use them so that they can connect. But it doesn't necessarily mean like the tracks are reserved for only electric trains. Is this tutorial just going to instantly end when I drive past this train? Because the speed limit's 30, and this is the end of
If
the
you can avoid
track.
fines and collisions, you'll be able to do just fine, engineer.
Oh, it does want me to go to the green area. Driving and rules tutorial completed. I actually thought the tutorial was over after the last one because he said the tutorial was over. I was like, that's it? I didn't think there was
It's
more
now
stuff.
time for the core of your work. We're going to practice taking and delivering wagons of goods.
We are gonna deliver things. Up the comms pane with left.
European companies and cities rely on the goods produced by its various industries. Higher tier goods are worth more, but require you to produce them with lower tier resources and goods first.
Contact the forest.
Let's open the station panel now. The station panel
Oh, wow.
contains all of the necessary information to plan out your journeys. Take a look around. There's no time limit.
I'm confused what these two things are telling me. I'm assuming it just wants me to do this one, but I like don't know what any of these lines mean. Do I need to go here first to get like wagons on the back of my train and then I can do this? Because this seems to imply that I need to already have them connected before I can go there. Sir. Okay, we'll just do that. I don't, yeah. I guess it does say accept a contract, but it didn't complete the objective when I did that. Does it do it for this one? Or wagons to pick up? Oh, I didn't push the right button. I needed to press square, not cross. Okay, we'll do that.
This dwarf signal may be cute, but it's also a necessary signal to watch if you
Dwarf
want to
sig-
avoid a fine for being on a station without authorization. Proceed to the pickup track so we can couple our wagons.
Okay, do I need to...
After gaining station access, the station will provide you with any relevant tracks. Let's go to the pickup track.
Set navigation. Track. Why does it not just automatically switch to the correct track? Why does it have to have green and red for you're doing the wrong thing? Speed limit's 50 here.
Now it's time for coupling and decoupling. When coupling and decoupling, let the station know which wagons you want using the panel on the left. This will spawn them and allow you to go wagon by wagon, coupling them to your train.
They're not coupled? How do I couple them? R2. Okay. Then
Let's use this service center to turn around, just as we did before.
how do I do that? Oh, there's a service center at the end of the track. I don't think service centers usually rotate trains that already have cargo attached to them. Usually it's just the engines that they would flip. Like, if you needed to go the other direction, like, I think you would go to the service center first, flip the other direction, and then attach stuff. Why do I want to be a VTuber? Just because it's fun. So, Sokar and I used to play games out in the living room all the time, and we'd have a lot of really random commentary. And one of the things that like inspired us to start streaming was just all of that commentary that we would just say to ourselves or to each other just sitting out in the living room. It's like, this would make cool streaming content. Like, we should record ourselves. But neither of us liked the idea of being on camera, so we never did it. And then we learned about VTubing, and we're like, oh, that's the perfect solution to the problem. You can turn around. First.
Let's take these logs to a sawmill so they can be processed into lumber. Open your map and select the sawmill icon. You should notice a yellow GPS route being created.
How do I go to the map? Up. World map. Add to interact. That's not doing anything. Well, my sawmill. Wait, sawmill, right? Okay. But yeah, I'm also here just to kind of support Sokar. Like, I've told someone else this, like, I have a full-time job that pays me very well. So, like, I'm not really in this to just make a ton of money because I don't really care about the money part. Um, I'm more here to, like, support Sokar and what he does. So that's why I also stream significantly less than he does. Like, I already work 40 hours a week at my job, so I definitely won't be putting in 40 hours a week doing streaming also. Speed limit's going up to 60. This is like going from residential streets in the training area straight to the interstate. That's actually what happens in some driver's education courses. So when I was younger, I was one of those kids that did not want to learn how to drive. My parents kind of forced me to because they didn't want to drive me to school anymore. Um, I was very against the idea of learning to drive. So they put me in they taught me a little bit of driving, but they put me into like a driver's education program thing with the local county government. Uh because it's basically like as long as you pass the course, you automatically get a driver's license kind of deal. Like you don't have to take all of the tests and stuff when you go apply for a driver's license. You just automatically qualify for it by passing this course. And part of the course is actually going out on driving lessons with the instructor. We did like 2 lessons driving around like the little business park where the driving school was, and then he was like, let's go out on a highway now, and we're like, what? It's not straight to practice. There are classroom stuff that you have to do, and I never paid attention to it. um I remember one day in particular, uh, I was not paying attention as usual, and the instructor knew that I wasn't paying attention. He like asked the class what the definition of an intersection was.
Great work on getting to the sawmill. Once you've obtained access to the station, navigate to the delivery track, where we can decouple these wagons.
Contact Saul. Okay. But he knew I wasn't paying attention, so when he asked this question, he called on me. And I have this thing where, like, when I'm not paying attention, I'm usually still processing the words that are being said. I just really don't care. So I knew what question he asked, and I blurted out an answer just kind of instinctively. And he just stared and was like, oh, yeah, that's correct. Good job. And then I went back to not paying attention. And he continued asking other kids in the class what the definition of an intersection was. And they all started answering wrong. And I remember like giggling to myself, like, I just told you what the answer is. How are you getting it wrong? Like, you guys were paying even less attention than I was, and I was like off daydreaming about something completely unrelated. I did that a lot in my college algebra classes too. Because, like, I was in IB in high school, so college algebra was actually like some steps back for me from the level of math that I was used to, so it was incredibly boring. And I basically, like, past the first few weeks of that class, I started only showing up to take the quizzes and tests because it was just so boring to sit through the class. But there was one day in that class where uh the professor had made a mistake when like solving a problem on the board, and they were like trying to ask the class if they could identify what they did wrong, because they couldn't, like, it's just really difficult to tell like what you did wrong when you're trying to stare at your own work. It's just one of those, like, I need someone to tell me what I did, because if I sit here and stare at it, it's going to take like 3 times as long to figure out what the mistake is than if someone else just told me what it is. And the professor knew I wasn't paying attention because I was sitting at the back of the class screwing around on my laptop. So she called on me, and I just looked up at the board for like 2 seconds and stared at it and just blurted out, "You didn't carry the one in step two." And then went back to screwing around on my laptop, and she just turned around and was like, "Oh, you're right." I ended up with like 105% in that class. Do I actually need to the drop-off track, intercoupling, decoupling. Where is coupling, decoupling? Was I not supposed to go here? Where did I go? Is this not where I'm supposed to be? Find the drop-off track. I don't think I'm supposed to be at the service station. Did you guys let me go to the wrong place? I think I'm supposed to be over there. I got off talking about weird stories, and now we have to back up and go over to the other track. Oh, I think I know what it was. It's because I was paying attention to the left-right indicators down at the bottom left, but those took me to the actual icon for the sawmill and not the drop-off area. I should have been looking at the map to know which way I needed to go. So well, lesson learned, don't pay attention to the left-right indicators and whether they're red or green, because that's not going to be helpful when trying to determine which area I need to go to. To a stop. Switch the track. To go right. Assuming I can use either one of these. Oh, there are specific ones. So which one, like, the arrows don't tell me anything. Does the down arrow mean I'm dropping off or picking up?
Finish this decoupling, and you're set.
Couple, decouple. Couple left. Oh, wow, this is detailed. So you actually have to, like, scroll through the wagons that you have connected and then decouple at the correct location to drop off the correct amount of cargo. Interesting. I made
Great work.
2,000 euros.
Every wagon helps grow your company, so try to be efficient to maximize your profits and progress.
We made our first delivery.
Cargo is one thing, but people are less forgiving and far more sensitive to bad driving. Let's learn how to transport them safely.
We get to transport people now? Here, 1 second. I'm gonna see if I could, like, quickly add the Bongo Cat as another chat command. Let's see. What's this called? There it is. Copy paste this. I can duplicate it. Duplicate. Okay. Save. See if this works. Ah, look how fast I can add chat commands now. Okay, I'll deliver passengers now. North south. Oh, you probably turned it off because it toggles it. So if you say it again while it's still going, it probably just turns it off. Go to service center. Look at this fancy train. Wait. We don't go through there yet, because I need to know where the service center is. Zoom. The service center is all the way at the right, so I do not want to go left. Back up a little bit. Why does it say right is the wrong thing? Am I not going to the service center? I think it wants me to go to the icon, which isn't useful. That's kind of... Yeah, it wants me to go to the icon, which is the wrong thing to go to here. Am I gonna list them? Um, I'll probably just put them in the description at some point. There's so many commands like that too. Go to the service center.
Not all locomotives are meant for transporting cargo. Some are commuter locomotives and are only designed to transport passengers or some postage. The service centre allows us to add or remove wagons for these trains. Try doing so now.
Add passenger. 3 passengers. And a postage wagon. Look at this fancy passenger train. World map.
Selecting stations on the map will allow you to set up a route, and it will automatically inform those stations that you intend to take goods from them to another station.
And find that I really keep thinking that's Thief and Dwarf. I don't know why. Act and North interact. Okay.
Unfortunately, we'll have to backtrack just a little bit, as the switches we need are behind us.
I see
Take note
that.
of where the marked platform is, then navigate to it slowly and carefully.
Reverse. Wow. Just sits directly in the center like it's some sort of weird space pod. Why am I backing up along that track? Why did it not just go straight? You go a little. Oh, I have to go pretty far back because this one doesn't let me get onto track 1. I have to go all the way back there. It's like a puzzle. Maybe Sokar wouldn't like this. He has to solve puzzles in order to get on correct tracks. need to go. That's an odd way to design your tracks here. Like, why would the right track cross over the middle track into another? That's weird. Who designed this train station? I wonder if there's like an in-game event where like someone will have fallen out on the tracks and you have to pay attention and activate your emergency brakes so that you don't run them over and split them in half. There's nobody here. Who am I transporting? There's 0 people waiting here.
With the emergency brakes engaged, you can open the doors and begin the process. Passengers will get off as needed, and then get on as desired. Remember, this is based on
All
the
these
GPS route
passengers.
you've set up.
Close doors for the 0 passengers that got
Depending
on.
the train or locomotive, you can switch to a rear-facing cabin or locomotive. Try doing so now, as the commuter train you're in will be much easier to drive this way.
Switched back. Oh, that's what this is for. That's why it wasn't doing anything on the previous train. The cargo train didn't have separate cabins in the front and
Let's
back.
get to the final station on our journey.
This makes more sense now. This lovely ride with my 0 passengers. I wonder if you can get out of the conductor's seat and like go walk through the train later. Greet people. Find the people who don't have tickets. Arrest them. Stay on the right, that's fine. Speed limit will increase to 60. But there's a decline ahead. Wait, no, incline. Only I had a sound bit for I'm giving it all I got, Captain. I don't know what the exact line was. Wait, what did that say? It's going up from 60 to 80? I no longer have access. It is 80. Holy crap.
Announce your arrival and drop off these passengers to finish this phase of your exam. You know what to do, engineer. Let's get these passengers where they need to go.
I don't know about doing 80 on such a short distance. I don't even do 80 in my car. I guess this is kilometers per hour. I don't know how many miles per hour that is. Which lane do I need to be in? Does it matter? Okay, so we just need to go to the right so we don't end up at the service station again. Why does it want me to go left? I guess we are on the right lane. So it wants us to go over to the first. So we do need to go. We made it. I wonder if you can derail the train if you drive too fast. There's nobody here either. Oh, there's people. 3 people. Three more people. I got 6,000 euros just for that one drive. I delivered 10 passengers. I don't remember anyone being on that train. What do those icons mean? So the third one there is I need to deliver 100 passengers in order to reach level 2. What the hell are those other two? Any more details? Does that tell me anything? No? That just expands that. I don't know what the other ones are. I'm guessing one of them is, well, like, you wouldn't deliver cargo to a passenger station.
You didn't think that was it, did you? There's more than one locomotive in the world, and you are destined to own them all. Well, only if you can afford them, that is. Ignore me. Let's go to the service center.
Service center. This. Oh boy. Right. Where is the service center? It is to the left and to the left. I don't think Sokar was paying attention. Okay. What are we getting from the power plant? Transporting coal? Other people's clips, like, of your content? You didn't know there was a clips section? I go too far? Like, why will it not let me go into the service center? Wow, that's... Apparently, if you're, like, too close to the stopper, it's like, nope, you can't enter. Buy a locomotive. But my money... Like... The only two options are... will take almost all of my money away. don't think this one. We'll get another cheapo one for now.
You're not alone with your company, unless you want to be.
Employees.
For now, though, let's hire a helper to perform a delivery for us while we perform our own. Your employee list gives you a quick overview of where they are and what they're doing. If there's an empty slot, you can click on it to open the hiring window. Hire any driver that suits you.
The employee list. Where is the employee list? Is it in here? Or is it in a different section? What am I looking at? Is it in the map? Company. Wait. My skill. There's a skill tree in this game? That was unexpected. Cost of fines reduction. I'm so skilled that I pay less in fines. Handling speed, but I don't know what that means. What is event handling? Also, these numbers are incredibly small. Like, those all zeros? I can't tell. I think they are. Why would I want someone who can't do anything? I mean, this person at least has one and everything. Let's get a well-rounded one per thing person. Confirm.
You'll have to supply your employees with equipment, as well as money for fuel and service. Assign a locomotive to your new driver.
Oh, it wanted us to buy another locomotive so that we could have them do something. Wait, so like the other trains that we encounter on the track are also going to be our own trains from our company? Like, is that what they're hinting at? We'll have to avoid. So, like, the incentive of not crashing into trains is that the other train is also your property.
Now we can click on the driver to view their details or set up a task. We're going to do the latter.
And save. What do I do to save? That's not accept. Okay. Create task.
On the task creation map, you can see the stations that you have unlocked, which is done by visiting the stations
Oh,
yourself
they have
at least once.
unlockable
Clicking
shit
on
too.
stations will add or remove them from the route. Set up a route now between the coal mine and the power plant.
Cool. Number of wagons. So you can do 6, let's do 6. Wait until full load, wait until full delivery. So full line to the power plant.
There are other options you can choose in the future, such as having the employee continue doing the task even after the first delivery is complete. For now, let's confirm the task and get to the world map.
Task counts for city level. They take 66% of the cut? I guess. I'm not going to get anything from it, though. There's no experience or anything.
Reserved contracts are an important part of strategically planning your routes. Cargo contracts that are reserved will not expire as they normally would, allowing you to reserve the best contracts for your needs.
Oh. Oh my. Station panel. Reserve a contract. Oh, so like the green delivery one, I'm assuming is the if this station doesn't have any contracts randomly generated, you can just do this at a lower pay output, but it also lets you do like kind of an infinite number of wagons and you can go wherever you want. Whereas the contracts are more specific, higher output for how much money you get, but very specific number of wagons and destination. I see.
Let's drive to the coal mine and pick up the contract we reserved. Don't forget to ask for station access. And as you drive, so do your employees. Feel free to check on their progress in the company summary tab of your tablet. When your employees complete a task, an update will appear on the HUD, telling you how much money and experience they earned from their task.
Drive to coal mine. Can I reverse direction? Oh crap, going backwards. And turn the music off. I turned the music down at the beginning. Kind of quiet. So let's turn it back up. Oh, right. I need to mark that I'm going to coal mine. I imagine Sokar will love this game as a just chatting game while he's on long drives between stations. $120? When did the speed limit double? No, do I have access to the power plant? Which zone? Does that matter? Wait, what does double flashing yellows mean? I have no idea what these numbers are that it keeps giving me because we're we're driving past them too quickly at these high speeds. Oh. Oh, they're different signs depending on which direction you're going. Why would I speed up to 100 if it's going to drop back down to 50 in like 2 seconds?
Navigate to the track and pick up the wagons.
Wait, where do I need to go? I think I need to go over there. I mean, I guess we can, since we're already going this way, we can just go past this switch and then back up. I do hate that it always just takes you to the service station. Like, the GPS is not super useful if it always goes to the place that you're not trying to go to. Can you imagine if Google Maps did that? If Google Maps like constantly took you to like the back side of a building instead of the main entrance. Like, is there really no way to tell it to go to the... Like, this one doesn't even have icons for the drop-off and pickup zone, so I don't know how you'd even be able to track those. completed their delivery. I got 33 experience. It said I wasn't going to get experience from that. Did the game lie to me? Practice. Couple.
It's time to put everything you've learned to the test. Deliver these wagons to the steel mill.
That doesn't. Wait, are we going this way? Why is my controls reversed now? Oh, it did flip. It did flip the engine, but it's still in the back. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know that you would drive a train this way. Steel. Like, I literally can't see what I'm doing at the front of the train. I'm gonna have to go to the service center in reverse because this is like, there's no way I could drive this way. I guess it would make sense when I'm coming into stations like this to pick up cargo to just go to the service station first to reverse the train and then back into the pickup location to avoid this. Go to service station. Oh. So pressing the big button on the controller switches between the different tracks, apparently. wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to find out if there was a horn button. Beavers. All right, this is better. I go into controls. I am curious. Radial. Horn is L3. I love it. Right. Let's get up to 50. Speed limit will 100, and then it's going to drop to 70 when we go around the turn. And then it will go back up to 110. I don't understand the logic with the speed limits here. I guess you probably don't want to go 110 when going a curve. That sounds like a bad time. Oh, I should probably assign my person to do another thing. Assign work. Doesn't have work. Do more cargo. The task, I guess. Coal mine. Tin power plant. Go do that. Did actually tell her to do that, right? I didn't just set up a route and then forget to confirm it. 90. Oh, it does tell me how far away the next speed limit is. It's down at it's in the bottom right, but it's like the leftmost icon down there. It's going to be 60 and 500 meters. Okay. So I don't actually have to pay attention to the signs. I can just look at the meters down below. All right. To make sure we're going to the correct place. Going to the drop-off zone here. That looks like where it's taking us. Oh, sweet. Yes, I forgot about this. The big button. I can switch to the drop-off track. How would a train even get up to 120 before the next milestone where it drops back to 70? Gotta really floor it on this train.
Remember when I said that as you drive, so do your employees? Well, you'll have to drive above a certain speed, depending on your chosen difficulty. Feel free to turn that off, though, if it doesn't suit your playstyle. No judgments here.
Oh, so you can't just drive super slow to have your employees do all the work for you? The anti-cheat. Route to destination lost. Couple. Firm. Finish.
Both you and your employee did great work with your deliveries. It's been great to see you in action, engineer.
How did I get...
Good luck with your company.
My employees route gave me 6,000 euros, and that was only a 66% cut. How did they make so much more money than me? Open driver's details screen. Okay. Close the tablet. I already knew how to do those. Why did you tell me to open all these random things for no reason? Go to career. Oh, is all of the tutorial complete?
Congratulations, engineer. You've completed your engineer's exam with flying
Are we
colours,
graduated?
and you're now ready to take the rails of Europe without me watching over your shoulder. While the vast network of rails ahead may seem daunting, consider that the reprimand for driving slowly is less severe than the one for hitting other vehicles or breaking any laws. When in doubt, relax and take your time. But you don't have to undertake such a large task alone. There are others like you, all looking to make a dent in the market and transport what they can. As your company and experience grows, you'll be able to hire some of them to work for you. Just like during your exam, the cities across Europe are constantly in need of all kinds of resources and goods. And more than that, there are thousands of people and parcels awaiting transportation between cities. If you and your employees help out
See,
enough,
that passenger
I've heard
station
that
looks a lot
cities
more
give
populated than the one I went to.
accommodating companies preferential treatment. Consider that a tip from a friend, but don't go repeating it.
And tell
All right.
everyone, your secret's not safe with
I've
me.
seen a lot of students over the years, but I've got to admit that you're graduating at an exciting time. Take chances, strategize your deliveries, and grow your empire into one of Europe's greatest railway transportation companies.
This was actually a really good tutorial. So what does the world map look like now? Look at, oh my god. Oh, there's so much, holy crap. Oh, so we unlock Hamburger by default. We actually have to travel to all of these cities to unlock them, though. Sokar is gonna love this map. I don't think he's at his computer right now, though. Produces 50 something or others. I don't know what these icons mean. Oh, okay. Bread, steel sheets, crude oil, passengers, coal. So the weird bottle looking thing is coal, apparently. Flour. Wow, they kick you out of the tutorial and then it's just like, bam, here's everything. Learn it all immediately. Did I keep my employee? Oh no, I lost my employee. But I assume we're actually gaining real experience now because we're not in a tutorial anymore. Yeah, I think he's in the shower. I think I hear it running. Well, I guess the first thing we have to do is drive to Hamburger. Go to the iron mine. Oh wait, is this all Hamburg? We're here too? Oh, well, rather than going all the way up there, since it doesn't let me do anything, why don't we just start at the warehouse? Deuces 250 or something. Let's just go to the warehouse first and see if it will give us a mission that we can do.
This is the station. You're clear to arrive. We'll mark tracks for you.
Oh, you can only drop off at the warehouse, though. Well, we'll just back up so we can get on the other track at least. There's not a pickup track here. All right. Where do we want to go first? Hamburg Main. That's passengers. You know what? Let's go to Hamburg, Maine. Let's do a passenger mission first. Can we do a passenger mission? Do we have a passenger train? I don't know if we do. We might not be able to do that. We probably have to buy a passenger train first. Is there a way to just view all of the trains that I own? Scenarios. Just my current train. How do I view all of the trains that I own? I guess you can't. Station panel? No. Switch to passenger stitch mode. You have to do add. Let's just. Go to the farm. Then that they probably want that at the grain mill. Yeah. Go to the farm and get grain. Are two things that go to the same place. We could just do like a super pretty low. Like, why does this one 20,000? 1,100 kilometers. We'll just do these two. Capacity exceeded. Aw, can't do two of them. We can only take up to 12 cars at a time. Well, what one would make us the most money? We could do this one. That's 255,000. Let's just do that. All right. Go for the big bucks right off the bat. Oh, this is pretty. Man, they really go all out on the details with the like moving cars and stuff on the roads. Can we hit cars? Are there railroad crossings where we could potentially hit cars? Can I set the mini map to rotate based on the direction I'm traveling? That's really annoying. GPS. Automatic's fine. Save. That's better. Animal near track. What? Oh, was that just a warning sign that it's an Animal Crossing? Oh, there's actually... That's 1,200 kilometers away. How would I even know that there's an animal on the track that far away? Do I have supervision? Get off the track. I'm not even going that way anyway. You are safe for now. Can I not go to the pickup track?
You've been given clearance. Proceed to entry.
Oh, it didn't let me because I hadn't requested access yet. Whoops. Oh, this one has a nice loop, so you don't have to go to a stupid service station to be oriented the correct direction. I like this. This the pickup? Oh, it's not highlighted orange. I was really confused. I don't get the fancy colored rail things anymore. I just have to know that this is the pickup area. Bhutan trucks. Now we go to... What city were we going to? Started with a P. Poznan, right? Was that? No. I think we decided against that. What is our contract? What did we just pick up? Shunting. Do I view what the hell I'm doing? Here, does this tell me where this is going? Okay, so I can view the car and it tells me where that one is going. So we're going to Liechtenstein. Okay. Where is Liechtenstein? I'm not gonna pretend I know where cities in Europe are, so I'm gonna browse through the list. Can I not select it? I actually have to know where the hell it is. Where is Liechtenstein? Haven't the slightest idea. London. What? Don't. Oh, that's Luxembourg. Oh, it's all. Wow, that's a long ass drive. That's like across the entire Germany. Rainmill, I think, is where we were going. Liechtenstein Grain. 121,000 meters. Guess we'll start going. Wow, it takes a long time to speed up with this. Pick up some speed. If there's any way to like limit your speed so you don't accidentally go over. gonna target 80 since it's gonna change to 80 soon. It's foggy, I guess. What? Are my fog lights not on? How do I tell which headlights are fog lights? I'm just so confused. So I have to look for the blue headlight option? Yes. Animals on the track. I wonder if you just blow your horn at them and it scares them away. Like, is that all you do? What else would I do about that? You do, you just blow your horn and they run off. Okay. Convenient. Why am I going so slow? We're on an incline, it just didn't tell me about it. seems like the throttle percentage is basically just. It seems like whatever your percentage is, it doubles as your max kilometers per hour. At least that's what I'm kind of getting out of it. I kind of wish it was more obvious which track the train that was oncoming is going to be on. Like, I don't think real train conductors are just left in the dark. It's like, I guess I'll find out like 100 meters beforehand if I'm going to crash into this other train or not. Probably should have taken a break before I started this long journey. This this drive may legitimately be like the rest of what we do for the night. This is taking a lot longer than I was expecting it to. But we're gonna get 250,000 euros at the end.
Hello. We're prepared to receive you and have marked tracks for your arrival.
How's our train taking damage? Why are we at 83? Does it just automatically take damage over time without actually doing anything? What does an S with a slash through it mean? Not familiar with this signage. Train is broken down ahead. What? So we can't proceed if we go on the right, so we need to get in the left lane. Is Sokar back now? Does Sokar want to see the map of this game? Prepare to be impressed. Look at all of the places you can go. You could drive so many trains, so many places. It's like the never-ending game. We're currently driving from Hamburg all the way down to Liechtenstein. It's all one map. All the tracks are connected. You can go to any location and get a contract to a variety of different cities. I was commenting earlier that you'd probably really enjoy this as a just chatting game. Just doing like, because like we're doing Hamburg to Liechtenstein, and I think it was like 130,000 meters to get there. We've been driving for like your entire shower, and we're only down to 100,000. So like, this is gonna be a long train ride. What do you mean safely take breaks with? Like, you can just pause the game if you want to. Like, if you just open up the map here, it pauses and go back. But like, as far as like just leaving it running without you paying attention, you'd probably crash into something. Like, you do have to be here paying attention to the different speed limit changes and like oncoming trains, broken down trains, animals on the road. If there's an animal on the road, you have to blow your horn to get them off the road. Like, the majority of it is pretty inactive, just waiting for something to pop up that needs your attention, which is like that part I think you'd really enjoy, just chatting in between doing stuff. But you do still have to pay attention if you have the game running. Super delayed keystroke. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with YouTube. Whenever I was typing in your chat earlier, it would take a couple of seconds for the message to actually appear. And if I tried to load the emoticon thing, it would take like fucking 30 minutes to load all the icons one by one. So I stopped inserting emoticon. It's not doing that in my studio mode chat box, but it was doing that in your chat box next to your stream. I think it's something that's on the page on YouTube that's just slowing everything down. Tunnel. Don't know why I need to be notified of that. Apparently a tunnel zone is important information. I love that if you really listen for it, you can hear the little sound effects of the train as the throttle increases or decreases. So like right now it's at 100%, so it's like humming really loudly. But if I turn it down, you can literally hear the engine powering down. It's so cool. There are a couple of things I discovered on my own that it didn't tell me how to use in the tutorial. But once you know them, like, next to where it says Liechtenstein Grain Mill, which is our destination, there's that button. That's indicating that you're supposed to press the big trackpad button in the center of the controller, and it lets you toggle between your destination, the pickup track, and the drop-off track, so you can actually cycle between them and go to the correct spot with the GPS. Whereas before I was complaining it always takes you to the service station, which isn't where I wanted to go. Oh, if you pop the chat out? Maybe that's what it is, because I have my studio mode chat popped out as well. It's possible something specifically on the page is slowing it down, and since when you pop it out, it's not running off of that anymore. Because, like, none of the rest of my Chrome was being slow, like it was before I updated the NVIDIA driver. Like, before I updated the driver, all of my Chrome was just being a pain in the ass. Every single tab was so slow, and it was annoying the crap out of me. But after the driver update, it seems more specifically just YouTube chat being slow. Why were the lights flashing yellow? They didn't have a speed limit change sign below them. We're on a decline. Slow down a little bit. Their alternate camera angles? Yeah, there's 4. I just prefer this one. You can use the left stick to move it around however you want, but there's also, you can go to the back of the train if for some reason you'd want to be back here. There's the interior view where you can actually interact with all the controls. And then there's this front view. You can't move this one around. And then there's Kiki fancy view, cinematic mode. So you can play in whatever camera view you want. Aren't you glad I played this game? So now that you know how amazing and addicting it's going to be, and you're probably going to play it like way more than I ever will. This is going to be your new just chatting game. Wait, what? You distracted me and I got fined. I lost 500 euros for not using my horn to scare an animal. Did I run it over? Is there a dead animal back there now? It's okay. 500 euros is nothing. This job is going to give us 250,000 euros. We're going to be swimming in fine money. You can get all the fines we want. We're the employer. This is our company. We got fined by the government. The government didn't like us doing that. But yeah, I don't know how they would know that I didn't scare an animal versus just running it over. Are they gonna come out and look at my engine is like, why is there deer blood all over your engine? I mean, if you hit an animal in a national park, you can actually be fined if you leave the scene without calling the ranger. You have to stop and call 911 to report it. Otherwise, you can get in a lot of trouble for fleeing the scene of roadkill. I don't know how they would ever track you down and know that you did it. Approaching train has been spotted. Hopefully they're on the other side. Oh, they're over there. What, do they want to get over in this lane? Are they stopped? Yeah, there's a train. Like, all of these signals are mostly automated, but there is also, like, there is a central command for, like, regions of train tracks that you can communicate via radio as well. Um, you would generally know that there's an oncoming train ahead before you ever got anywhere close to it. And, like, especially if you have double tracks like this, you generally follow the same rules as if you were in a car where you stay on the right side of the tracks so that only trains that are going one direction are on that side of the track. So you generally don't run into that problem so much unless another train is, like, trying to go to a specific location that requires them to cross over momentarily. Didn't realize the speed limit dropped to 60. So if you're just on the right side of the track, you'll generally not run into a train unless you're near a city or something where a train might be crossing onto your side of the track to reach the city. But you know how in like Transport Fever, when you're setting up your train tracks, you put up these little stopping lights so that only one train can be in a section at a time? Whenever we cross one again, I think the next one's coming up in 600 meters, it looks like. But what those do is there is actually a mechanism in the track that activates when you cross over it. No, this isn't a... And there's one at each section of where the track can start and stop. See, these blue lights mean there's nothing ahead. When I cross it, they change to two red lights. So when I cross into this section, those signals will turn to two red lights on both ends of the section of that track. And that tells other trains that this section of the track is currently occupied, so you should not enter it, because there is a train coming from the other direction on this track. And then once I cross at the other end, I'll signal to that little box on the track that I'm leaving, so it will change them back, both the signals back to blue, so that people know that they're allowed to enter it again. And that's why you have to set those up on Transport Fever. You have to be very particular about where you put them. Here, you can see this one change because we're going kind of slow. Oop. Wow, this is a really steep hill. Are we gonna make it up this hill? We're going backwards. Oh no, we didn't have enough power to make it up the hill. What do I do now? don't know if we can make it up this hill. Because we're already slowing down and we're not even like halfway up. We're at 100% throttle. I think we need more engine power. Yeah, see, we're already slowing down. We're not gonna make it. I think we need to go further back and try to get up to like 100 kilometers per hour before we even attempt to get up the hill. Hey, let's try it from here. Yeah, we're getting a lot of speed now. Is it going to be enough, though? We only made it up to 85. Is that going to be enough to make it to the top? I don't know if it's going to be enough. Not going to be enough. We're so close, though. Damn it. Can you imagine a train doing this, just like going back and forth trying to make it up a hill? I'm backing up a little further. Oh, I can't back up any further because there's an incline on the other side too. So I can't I can't go up that way because that's also an incline. if we can't make it with this, then I think we're gonna have to quit out because we kind of fucked ourselves, got stuck. We're getting quite a bit higher, and then we'll get 120 zone, which will let us go past 100, I think. We only made it up to 100 anyway, so. But that's past 85, so maybe we'll make it to the top. Go, go, go. I think this is the top of the hill. So we should be able to start picking up a little speed here. Yeah, we're not decreasing. Well, we're still decreasing very slightly. Banking communication. I don't think there's any other things that I can turn on. But no, I only have the one locomotive because we just started. But we're going up another incline. Shit. Well, this sucks. I think we're just fucked on this one. There's no way we're gonna get up another incline. We can only go backwards from here. But, like, we already hit 100 coming up the hill. So there's, like, literally nothing else I can do. Why did it let me choose to do this if it knew there was a hill I wouldn't be able to make it up mathematically? That's kind of annoying. Like, I've wasted so much time going all this way and I can't even complete the mission. That sucks. I mean, not really. The alternate route would be going all the. I guess I could go right, but I think that still requires going up the hill. The only other alternate route would be going all the way back here and around this way, which is a lot of extra time. Because I like, the contracts you get are timed, you have to complete them within a certain amount of hours in game, otherwise you start losing money off of them. So, backing up that far and taking a much longer route would basically just be sacrificing a shit ton of my profit. Well, it's slightly further up this other incline. Because we also have the problem of, I was gonna stop at this power plant at the top of the hill to get fuel, because it's a track that's actually just kind of, it cuts off and then you can just continue back onto the track. I only have 29% fuel left. I don't really have enough fuel to turn around and go somewhere else. When you take a contract, you just have to take all of the, like, each contract has a certain number of wagons that go with the contract. This one had 9 wagons. Like, unless you do like a free play thing, you can't choose how many wagons. You can only just choose which contract you take. We'll try this one more time because we might get a little extra speed. We might have to take a speeding fine so that we can get up the hill. And if we don't make it this time, I'll just quit out, and we'll probably have to restart the game and do something else that we can actually complete. But that's really annoying that it does this. It shouldn't have let me take this contract if there was a hill I wouldn't be able to get up. Yeah, going straight would be even worse because that looks like an even higher incline than this. No, there is no math. I don't think the game really even considered like a brand new player going from Hamburg to Liechtenstein on their first thing and having to account for this hill in the path that you wouldn't be able to get up with your train. It's probably not something they even attempted to account for. honestly, the next time I play, I'll probably just start a new game and skip the tutorial this time since we didn't actually do literally anything in that game anyway, so there's not really any problem with just starting it over, starting back at Hamburg. But that is really annoying. I hate that it let me lock myself like that. So now you know, Sokar, when you play this, don't do a super long ass a route across the entire country as your first thing. Maybe do a shorter one, build up some money, and make sure you upgrade your engines on your locomotive so that you can do heavier things. Oh, what does my schedule look like? I will be back on Saturday, playing Against the Storm. Oh, right, I'm taking Sunday off because we're gonna try to do the 8-hour stream on Monday, which isn't on here because that's next week. So, Against the Storm tomorrow, and then probably the 8-hour police simulator on Monday is the plan. I will probably play this again. It's really fun. I really hate that it let me do that. As the Shezzy say, we got cucked. We got cucked really bad. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Thanks for all the new subs that came in today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.